Now we'll do what I call a chest stretch with a strap, which is also a great shoulder opener. So hold on to the strap behind your back with your palms facing forward and take your hands quite wide. Have your feet and legs organized nicely underneath you. And stretch through the arms and reach the strap way back behind you. Get taller through the sides of your waist. Lift up through the side ribs and let your shoulders reach back as the arms reach back as you keep tension on the strap. Press the feet down and draw up through the legs all the way up to the lungs. Lift from under the collarbones so the anterior spine is very long. And keep reaching the arms back and start to reach the arms more and more up. So eventually the strap will come right up overhead. And once the strap comes up overhead, then start to extend and reach the strap back again, reaching the arms long behind you. Be very active and extended in your limbs here. See if you can create an internal lift in the spine from bottom to top. Keep reaching the arms back and then all the way down. And you can bring your hands a little closer together on the strap for the next time around if you want to make it a deeper stretch. And start to reach the arms back behind you, keeping tension on the strap, staying tall through the body. Shoulders back and down as the arms go up. Shoulder blades slide down as the arms reach back and up. Stay relaxed in the neck and the jaw and the face here. Lift and relax and open the back of the throat. Take the strap all the way overhead and then start to reach the strap, the arms, back and down slowly. Even as the arms come down, stay tall in the side ribs. And then release. Now we'll practice Ardha Uttanasana. So have 2 blocks in front of you at shoulder distance apart. Stand with your feet at hip distance apart. Thigh bones rolling in, thigh bones back. Feet are awake. Lift your spine. And then exhale and bend your knees. Crease at the hips to fold forward. And take your hands to the blocks. What you don't want to do is curl your spine and tuck your pelvis here, but rather bend your knees, lift your buttocks, stretch the bottom front ribs forwards, elongate through the elbows, and then maintaining this position in the pelvis with the buttocks lifting and spreading. See how much you can stretch and lengthen the backs of the legs. See how much you can open the backs of the knees. Stay grounded in the inner feet. Stretch the chest forward because there's a lengthening happening from deep inside the trunk. Breathe here. And then exhale, take your hands down to the floor, bend your knees deeper and release your trunk all the way down, head relaxing and releasing. And then bring your hands to your outer hips, stretch your chest forward, shoulders back, and come all the way up to stand. Now we'll practice what I call the Prasarita dog. So have your blocks ready in front of you. And then step your feet wide so that your heels are wider than your toes. Thighs rolling in, muscles of the legs engaged and lifting up, thighs pressing back. Lift the low belly, lift the side ribs, shoulders back, lift from under the heart, and then exhale and fold yourself forward, taking the hands to the blocks. Keep your legs very active and very tall. Keep lifting the backs of the legs as you slide your blocks forward, taking your upper body into a down dog position. Pull the outer hips up and back. Pull the inner thighs back. Stretch your hands and arms forwards as you let your head release down between the arms. Think of the thoracic spine deepening towards the chest. Abdomen is long, and the front of the spine, the anterior spine, is very elongated here. Stay lifted in the fronts and backs of the legs evenly. Stay grounded in the inner feet. Press your hands into the blocks and release the top of the head down. Stay open and relaxed and lifted in the back of the throat. Let the abdomen recede and lengthen. Breathing here. And then walk your hands back so the blocks are right under the shoulders, and then walk your feet a little closer. Bend your knees, hands to hips, shoulders back, and lift the chest to come on up. And then step your feet together. And now stand near the wall for a side stretch. So you'll be about 1.5 feet away from the wall. Start in Tadasana. And you can have your feet a little bit apart, or if you choose, you can have your feet together. Lift your arms overhead, starting in Urdhva Hastasana. Roll the thighs in, ground your thighs back, press the arms back, and snuggle the shoulder blades into the rib cage so that you're lengthening the anterior spine. And then start to press your hips out to the right as you bend your body towards the wall. And take your left hand onto the wall. Press your hips away from the wall. Grounding down through your feet, draw up through the musculature of the legs. Side bending towards the wall, and as you inhale, create more length and even walk the fingertips up the wall. Be strong and long in your legs as you side bend here. And think of the thoracic spine deepening towards the chest. So make sure this side bend is not at all a forward bend or a rounding in the back. If anything, it's more like a back bend joining with the side bend. Press the shoulder blades forward and open the right ribs towards the ceiling, and maybe even turn to look up. And then press your hands off the wall to come back to center, both arms lifting, arms and legs extending, and exhale and lower your arms down. And then turn around for the other side, this time the outer right hip near the wall, and lift your arms up overhead, firm legs, internal rotation in the thighs. Lift the rib cage. Create a deep internal ascension up through the central axis of the body, which runs along the front of the spine, and then start to side bend to the right as you press your hips to the left. And you'll feel those right fingertips come to the wall, and then the left fingertips come to the wall, and walk your fingertips up the wall as you deepen the side bend and create more length. And press your shoulder blades into the rib cage, open the left ribs towards the ceiling. Press the hips to the left, and even look up towards the ceiling. And find a sense of a back bend inside the side bend. Buttocks releasing down, pubic bone and tailbone reaching for each other. And then push off the wall to come to center, extending arms and legs. And exhale, lowering the arms down. Now lay down on your back for a variation of belly rolling. Have a block nearby. And then place the block between your knees, knees over hips. Stretch your arms out to the sides. Long extended arms, shoulder blades sliding down your back. And then as you exhale, take your knees over towards your right elbow and they'll hover there. Knees are squeezing the block, and focus on the stretch of the inner arms. Lengthen the collarbones horizontally and slide your shoulder blades down your back and slide your belly to the left. And then inhale your knees to the center and exhale your knees over towards the left elbow. Spread wide through your arms. Press the backs of your hands into the floor. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and slide your belly to the right. Be wide in your collarbones here. Stay active in your arms. Inhale to the center. And exhale your knees over towards the right elbow. Inhale, knees to the center. And exhale your knees over towards the left elbow. Inhale the knees to the center and keep going on your own here. And then bring your feet back down to the floor and rest. Now we'll practice a supported fish with a bolster underneath the rib cage and have a strap nearby for your hands. So lay back so the bolster supports you underneath your thoracic spine. Release the flesh of the buttocks away from the lower back, away from the back ribs. Knees bent and feet flat to support you, and then grab your strap and reach your arms up and overhead, hands holding the strap at shoulder distance apart. Enjoy this nice extension of the spine as you lengthen through the front of the spine and lengthen the abdomen, and then extend your legs. Stretch the legs and stretch the arms. Allow yourself to be supported by the bolster here. Become internally absorbed here. As you relax and release and gently guide yourself to lengthen a little more. Smooth and steady inhalation and a steady exhalation. And then bend your knees one at a time, place your feet flat, and roll to your side. Pass through your side to come out of the pose, coming on up to sit. Now we'll practice a supported fish with 2 blocks and have a strap nearby as well. Set yourself up like this with the blocks behind you. Adjust your pelvis so the flesh of your buttocks is pulled away from the low back. And then start to lay back on one block on the medium height so the block is right underneath the bra line. And then another block will be supporting the head on the lowest height. So the block underneath your shoulder blades shouldn't be too low or too high. You have to find that place that's just right, and with bent knees, once again, adjust the flesh of the buttocks to pull away from the low back, to come under you, so the flesh of the buttocks moves towards the feet. And then grab the strap and stretch your arms overhead with the strap, and then extend out through the legs. And let the legs be active here. And let the abdomen settle like a sheet settling on a bed. Let the layers of the abdomen settle towards your back body. So the lumbar is settled back and long. Stretch through the arms. Keep the feet open here. And see if you can feel a sense of length and precision through the sides of your abdomen. Inhaling here, and a smooth exhale. Follow the exhalation all the way to the bottom of the breath. And then an easy inhalation to fill the rib cage. Fill the lower ribs just as much as the upper ribs, the back ribs as much as the front ribs. And then bend your knees, bring your feet flat, bring the arms up and overhead. And then use your hands to help you out of the pose.